So we can now get started. From here starts the speaking test. This is the speaking mock test of the International English Language Testing System taking place in Ras Ayos Academy. The candidate is Anis Khandan. The candidate number is 0143251. The examiner is Mehrnoush Hafi, examiner number 443533. Good afternoon, my name is Mehrnoush Hafi. Would you please tell me your full name?
Yes, my name is Anis Khandani.
What can I call you?
Anis.
Sure. Can I see your identification,
Yes,
please?
of course.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Great. Thank you.
Thanks.
We can now get started with the first part of the exam. In the first part, I will ask you some personal questions. First, I'd like to ask about leisure time. What is your favorite leisure activity?
Well, I don't have a specific leisure activity, but there are 3 activities that I like the most. Reading books, listening to music, and shopping. I like shopping as much as listening to music, and I love reading books because it takes you to another world.
What did you enjoy doing in your free time as a child?
When I was a child, I spent my time going to English classes and exercising. I've been going to the gym since I was 6 years old, and I love exercising, but I'm not the only child. I have one younger sister in summer. I read books and...
And do most people in your country get 2 days off a week?
Yes, they do, because Fridays and Thursday in my country are off. So yes, maybe they stay home or maybe they go out if the weather is good.
Now let's move on to talk about neighbors. Do you like your neighbors?
Yes, I do. Fortunately, I have good neighbors.
And are neighbors usually close to each other in your country?
Yes, they are. Most Iranians have a friendly and close relationship with their neighbors. They can support us emotionally. They can help us or take care of our house when we travel.
How could your neighborhood be improved?
I think respecting to neighbor rules can improve our neighborhood. Like, for example, avoid making loud noises. Don't expect something from them. Don't talk behind them. And in general, maintaining a balance in our relationship.
Okay, thank you. Now let's move on to talk about pets. Do you have a pet?
No, I don't. But when I was a child, I had 2 yellow and pink chicks.
What is a popular pet to have in your country?
As I saw, dogs are the most popular pet in my country, and I personally feel that because the reason for this interest is dog loyalty.
Why do people have pets?
It's obvious that humans want to be social and be accepted by others, so I think the people have pets to avoid loneliness and to have maybe one friend to watch, walk, maybe talk or listen to music with them.
Okay, thank you very much. Now we can move on to the second part of the exam. So in the second part, I'm going to give you a card with a topic and you should talk about it for 2 minutes. Before that, you have 1 minute to think about what you're going to say. And you can make some notes to help you if you wish. Do you understand?
Yes.
Perfect.
Thank you.
So here's the paper for you to make notes, the cue card, and a pen.
Thank you.
Here you go. You're welcome. So you should talk about an occasion when you lost something. Now you have 1 minute to think about this topic and your 1 minute starts now. Okay, now your 1 minute is over. And you may talk about this topic for 2 minutes, but do not worry if I stop you.
Okay.
You can start talking now.
Generally, I'm a careful person, but I don't know why sometimes it happens that you lost something and you probably can't find that. I think it was last month that I've been training and I was really exhausted and thirsty. I just got dressed in hurry to get some water, and I put my sneakers there. And when I got back, I didn't see my sneakers. It was a very bad feeling. I searched there very carefully, but I didn't find it. And I asked my friends and classmates. They didn't know. I just went and told the person in charge, and I couldn't do anything else. I just got home. After I think 3 days, one of my friends called me and told me that, come here, I have an important news for you. And I just got there quickly, and I saw my friend, and she says, Anis, guess what? And I said that I have no idea, just tell me what happened. And she gave me my sneakers. It was a very good feeling because those sneakers were a gift. And that day, I thanked my friend, and I was a really fortunate person that day. It was a very good feeling.
Do you want to add more information?
Losing something is important, but losing somebody is more important than that. When I was a child, one time I lost my mother, and it was terrible, and I always remember that.
Okay, thank you very much. Now we can move on to the third part of the exam.
Okay.
So if you can just give me the
Yes,
papers and the pen back.
There you are.
Thank you. Very well. So, in the second part, we've been talking about an occasion when you lost something. And now in part 3, I want to ask you some questions related to this topic. Why do people always forget things?
Well, I think it's because I'm completely sure it's about memory. Maybe modern technology weaken human brains, and people don't trust their memory to remember things, and they force themselves to use technology to remember such simple things like, I don't know, birthdays or phone numbers. Yeah.
And what would you do if you lost something?
Well, it depends on what I lost, but if it is important thing, I will inform the police. But if I lost something like, for example, pen, I will not do anything special.
And what is the best action to take if you find something?
It's as I mentioned, if you find something valuable, of course you have to go to police station. But if you find something that is not really important, like a pen or paper, I think don't do anything special.
Mm-hmm. In our modern world, people tend to forget their culture. What are the reasons for that?
Well, I think culture is everything. Culture is the way we talk, the way we eat, the way we dress. So humans want to experience numerous things. Maybe this is one of them. I mean, experience living with, for example, an Indian culture or a Chinese culture. That is exciting, but in addition, technology has a big effect on our lives. Presumably TV programs attract us to another cultures. And,
Okay, great. And in all civilizations, movies and plays about finding treasure or gold have always been popular. Why do you think it's been like that? It's been very popular for the people.
Because I think finding something that is valuable, it's enjoyable, especially when you are trying so hard to find that, and it actually it will change your life, your personality, your goals, and such books or movies will motivate you to try as hard as you can to make your own life. And
Okay, thank you very much. Now this is the end of the speaking test. Now you can just take a breath and relax, and I'll need a few minutes to add up your score, and then I'll give you the feedback, okay?
thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, now let's get started with the feedback part. First, I want to talk about the first criteria in IELTS speaking, which is your fluency and coherence. In your fluency and coherence, I can say that the good thing in your answers is that you are able to develop the topic and give the answer to all the questions. Like in the first part, you gave me some shorter answers, but you provided explanations. In the second part, you covered the bullet points, and in part 3, you gave longer answers. And as you had some pauses, some self-repetitions or self-correction, but it was all natural, and you didn't have many of those. And another thing I should mention, and another a suggestion I have for you, is to use more connectives if you can, because you used some simple ones like and, so, but, because, but other than those you used some good alternatives like in addition to that or however. I believe that you have the potential to use more connectives, but whatever you were using was very natural, and you had the flow of a speech in your speaking. Now, because of all the things I mentioned, you got a 7 in your fluency and coherence, and we can now move on to the next criteria, which is your lexical resource, your vocabulary. In your vocabulary, I can say this is one of your strong points, because you were able to use some collocations and you had a very good paraphrasing. For example, got home, I got home. I was fortunate. A person in charge, to have an effect, to make a life, or to talk behind somebody, maintain a balance. This is very good. You are using these words and some collocations, and some fillers and boosters or discourse markers regarding your fluency and coherence that you were using. Maybe if you can use more idiomatic language, then you can boost your score. So you got a 7 in your lexical resource, just like your fluency and coherence. Now to talk about your grammatical range and accuracy, the next criteria. In your grammar, you were using a range of complex structures, and by that I mean subordinate clauses, conditional sentences, relative clauses, and compound sentences. But again, if you use more connectives, you can even get the chance to use or to make more complex sentences. For example, a mistake that many candidates make in the second part is that they don't understand what tense they should use. Or, for example, they are given a cue card in past, but they use present tense to talk about it. Your problem in the second part was that as you were telling a story, you made some simple sentences, like simple, and you linked them with the word and. So you can still give a wider range to your structure. But generally speaking, in the 3 parts, you were able to use these complex structures. You just made a few errors with singular and plural, like you said, most Iranian, which is most Iranians, or last month that I've been training, but you should have said last month that I was training, or last month I, for example, trained. So something about past, it has nothing to do with present, that you use present perfect, or when I was child, which is when I was a child. So it's mostly with like the problems, the minor mistakes that you made with the grammar, but you deserve a 7 in your grammatical range and accuracy as well. Finally, to talk about your pronunciation, your pace of speech is really good. and it's totally clear to understand. You just made a few mistakes with the pronunciation of the words. For example, close, you pronounced it close, and motivate. And one last point regarding your pronunciation is the word cause. In our daily speaking, we can say it like that. I was happy because I was hanging with my friends. But in IELTS speaking, you should make sure to fully pronounce the words. You should say because. So because of all the things I mentioned, you got another 7 in your pronunciation. I just recommend you to listen to more English podcasts, movies, and because it can help you with your intonation. At times, in some sentences, you sounded a bit flat. You can still have a better intonation regarding your word stress or sentence stress, but generally, your score in your pronunciation is a 7. Now to wrap up, your overall band score would be a 7 in today's speaking mock test, but if you have any questions or doubts, you can ask me your questions now.
Thank you, it was great.
Wonderful. So I wish you best of luck and have a pleasant rest of the day.
Do you want to know what band score you'll get in the IELTS speaking test? Perhaps you want to improve your performance and prepare yourself for the real test? Then why not book an online mock test with us that will last for 25 minutes, 12 minutes of the test itself and 13 minutes of comprehensive feedback, plus we'll give you useful tips on how to make your performance better. Remember, all our examiners are especially trained by British Council instructors, so we know how to help you. Join us.